ResPGH.com.
And remind me to tell you about my sister getting her vents cleaned.
Oh, I'd love to hear that story sometime. Who should be Pennsylvania's next voice in the U.S. Congress? A conservative leader who will put Pennsylvania families first and has a proven record we can trust. Rick Saccone. Rick Saccone was a 10-year counterintelligence officer in the U.S. Air Force, keeping America safe from dangerous enemies like North Korea. As a Pennsylvania state representative, Saccone has worked to lower spending and cut our out-of-control property taxes. A staunch supporter of the Second Amendment, Saccone was endorsed by the NRA and received an A+ rating. In Congress, Rick Saccone will continue to fight for Pennsylvania by supporting tax reform that cuts middle-class taxes, creates good jobs, and grows our local economy. On Tuesday, March 13th, vote for the proven conservative leader we know and trust for Pennsylvania. Rick Saccone for Congress. Paid for by Ending Spending Inc., which is responsible for the content of this advertising. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. EndingSpending.com.
It's 9:05, time for AAA traffic, powered by Bowser Nissan, where business is moving. Here's Kathy Bergman.
On the inbound side of the Parkway East, traffic is still pretty busy for Wilkinsburg into the Squirrel Hill tunnels, and at Parkway West, right at the top of Green Tree Hill. That's where you're going to hit the brakes, and it is pretty solid all the way down toward the tunnels. On the outbound side, though, that has thinned out. We're not seeing any problems all the way out to Pittsburgh International. 28 is clear. Parkway North, just a little bit of volume left over, but no major delays. Heading over to the North Shore Expressway, just watch for some slow traffic over on the Fort Duquesne Bridge on that inbound side. 51 still pretty busy as you approach Bousman Street down towards the Liberty Tunnels. Our next AAA traffic on the 5s at 9:15. From the Presbyterian Senior Care Network Traffic Center, I'm Kathy Bergman on KDKA.
Now, here's the up-to-the-minute AccuWeather forecast brought to you by DrBanker.com. Dr. Michael Banker, D.C., your natural weight loss and diabetes solution. A very mild day for today. Clouds and some sunshine with a spotty shower, mainly this afternoon, a high of 58. And then for tonight, rain developing a low of 51. The rain tapers off tomorrow as we turn cooler, temperatures falling from the 50s into the 30s. For AccuWeather, I'm Bill Danger on News Radio 1020 KDKA.
46 degrees in Pittsburgh International.
OneJet, now with nonstop service to Albany, Nashville, Providence, Richmond, Cincinnati, Hartford, Indianapolis, Louisville, and Milwaukee. Seamlessly connecting you to where you need to be.
It's 9:06. Next news at 9:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen on the Voice of Pittsburgh. News Radio 1020 KDKA.
The Inside Story is on News Radio 1020 KDKA.
Marty Griffin. Little Zeppelin to start the day? Uh-huh. What do you think? Sounds good. The calm before the storm. You know, we always make jokes about folks hitting the store hard before a storm. It's not a joke. It's insane. It's just wacky. People load up. I promise you. A little bit today, but tomorrow people will leave work early to just load the cart. I told the wife, do it this morning, man. Grab us some stuff. We're gonna hunker down. Man, one of the Mr. Smiley this morning on KDTV saying possibly 7/10 of an inch of ice. That's brutal. Brutal. As long as we don't lose power, you give me 10 inches of snow, it's cool. On a Saturday morning, you hit the front yard with the kids, you go out in the street, go down the driveway in a little sled of some sort. I love it. However, comma, you throw 7/10 of an inch of ice into that. Now this is all, obviously they're not certain about it. Whew! So load up, ladies. Oh, you know the old folks, they're hitting the store now. They're lined up right now. The works. That's what happens in the winter. You put on those extra pounds because it snows a little bit and you just pile on food. It's just comfort food galore. Go look for that in the spring. I'm on a whole new plan. Lean, mean, Smiley right there on the phone. One of my biggest concerns in Pennsylvania and across America is education. I believe the playing field is not level. I believe that children in urban districts don't have the same shot at the title as children in suburban districts, and I believe it comes down to simple math. And I believe in the poorest districts, those kids, those children, those administrators, those parents, those community leaders should have the same access to a great education that my kids have. This is America, last I checked. One of my favorite bureaucrats, who is a in-your-face, get-it-done guy, is on it again on 2 poor districts that are struggling to survive, and as a result, I believe that children suffer, and I believe that children don't have the same chance that your kids have, and that ain't right. Auditor General Eugene DePasquale, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Marty. How you doing today?
Is my basic premise not accurate, sir?
Certainly the way we fund schools in Pennsylvania, it is accurate. I can't speak for the rest of the country, but certainly what I've seen in Pennsylvania, it's accurate. When you're looking at Aliquippa and Stowe Rock school districts, collectively over a $3 million operating deficit, which means they can't invest in textbooks, they can't hire new teachers, and this is while the economy is, at least in some parts of Pennsylvania and the country, growing. There's no way to explain it when there's other districts in suburban parts of Pennsylvania that are able to hire teachers, able to pay for textbooks, able to add programs for kids, and these school districts are cutting back because they're forced to.
Auditor General Eugene DePasquale, astounding work again in 2 districts where all they want to do is learn, but they don't apparently have the cash to do so. And according to your audits, and let's start with Aliquippa, they're trying, sir, are they not?
Yeah, well, look, it's Stowe Rock, Aliquippa and Stowe Rock. So, look, and you know, I've been hard, like, earlier this week, Ambridge, which, again, is a struggling district, but I hammered them because they were giving out lavish benefits.
Right.
This is a situation where we went through all the books, and we don't know what else they could do. And, you know, I've hammered districts. I mean, small, medium, and large, rich, poor, and in the middle. But on this one, we don't know what else they can do.
Okay, let's start with Aliquippa. This report, it's amazing what's happened to them. Their general fund balance dropped 70% from July 2012 to June 2016, from a negative $928,000 to a negative $1.58 million. That's horrible, sir. They really can't perform well with no money, can they, sir?
No, not only can they not perform well, but think about it. You were raising the question right before I came on the air. What have these kids done to deserve this? Again, we can point fingers at the adults, and some people are pro and anti-teacher, pro and anti-administrator, don't like the school tax, what have you. But these kids have done nothing to deserve this, and here they are. They're stuck in a situation where their academic programs are going to be getting cut back, where they're going to be losing extracurricular activities, sports and band and that stuff. And here they are. They've done nothing to it, but that's what's coming in those districts.
Well, I'll tell you what, according to his report, Aliquippa even tried to stem the tide by saying, all right, let's make our schools more attractive. Let's add robotics and computer coding programs, right?
That's right. And again, this comes back to something we've talked about at this school, and I know there's people that are pro and anti-charter school, but the way the charter school funding works in Pennsylvania specifically hurts districts like Aliquippa and Stowe Rocks because they're forced to pay out 20% of their budget to charter schools without any accountability.
And on top of that, sir, they have a declining tax rate. So 20% of the population leaves, 20% of its current population living at below or at the poverty level, almost double the national average. They can't win for losers, sir.
That's right. When we were kids, when you and I were kids, the middle was able to prop up their tax base. Now, obviously, those days are gone. Aliquippa and Stowe Rocks, Aliquippa in particular, I have no idea where they're going to grow a tax base now.
All right, let's transition, and then let's get big picture here. Stowe Rocks, this is an amazing story. In 3 years, the Stowe Rocks District's general fund goes from a positive $1.3 billion to a negative $2.6 million, sir. That's astounding.
That's correct. That's correct. And Stowe Rocks, from my previous audit, because I've audited, this is now the second time I've audited them in my tenure as Auditor General. In both audits, and I'm going to tell you, this is rare for a district that is struggling like this, but in both audits, we couldn't find one single thing that they should be doing better with this funding. When you see a district in this type of financial situation, some of it's, self-imposed, some of it may be created by other factors. Stowe Rock is the one district where I can tell you in 2 consecutive audits, we've seen it so everywhere, it's not their fault.
And by the way, they're getting hammered. So what happens is these teachers, these parents say our district stinks, so I'm taking my kids to a charter school. So now they get hammered. They pay almost $5 million to charter schools.
That's right, and they don't get to hold that school accountable. That's, again, there are some charter schools that are very good, and I know some people, that get mad at me when I say this stuff. Some charter schools are good, but let me tell you something. The idea that you could have management of charter schools outside of the purview of not just myself, but the Pennsylvania Department of Education, without any review of salaries and contracting. You imagine if you're a school superintendent where your kids went to school or where you pay taxes, if you weren't allowed to know the salary of that school superintendent, there'd be pitchforks at the school board meeting. Well, that's what's happening in some charter schools in Pennsylvania.
Auditor General, can you hang, sir?
Yes, absolutely.
We have a bunch of questions to ask you.
AAA traffic on the 5 thoroughfare bounds for Nissan, where business is moving. The Parkway West still pretty solid from Green Tree to the Fort Pierce Tunnel. And over on the Parkway East, watch for slow traffic, Red Road, Wilkinsburg, as you travel into the Squirrel Hill tunnels. The city side, though, doing very well. We're not seeing any major issues for you as you make your way into town or heading up onto the Fort Pierce, Fort Duquesne bridges. Over on the inbound Parkway North, that has improved and everything is moving pretty well for you. And no major delays now over on that North Shore Expressway heading onto the Fort Duquesne bridge. 28 continues to do pretty well for you all the way down toward the north side. Our next AAA traffic on the 5 to 925 from the Presbyterian Senior Care Network Traffic Center. I'm Kathy Burford of KDKA.
If you've fallen behind on your taxes, you know that the IRS is already coming for their money, and they'll get it too by garnishing your wages or maybe even taking your home or business. They call it enforced compliance, and you better watch out because the penalties and interest compound daily, making it seem impossible to ever get out of debt. You need to call the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Call to Optima starts the process to stop the demand letters and stop aggressive collection actions. They get to work immediately, fighting to protect your assets and helping you put your tax problems behind you. The IRS runs off millions every year, and Optima knows all the ins and outs of the IRS's tax assistance programs that could save you thousands. So what are you waiting for? Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-890-0144. 800-890-0144. 800-890-0144. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
From our family at Best Made Shoes in Bloomfield, now's the time to finally take care of yourself. Are you ready to feel better and stop your foot and back pain? If you are, it's a great time to stop by Best Made Shoes in Bloomfield. Best Made Shoes is having our 41st anniversary sale from January 3rd through the 20th. This is our only sale of the year on incredible brands like New Balance, Allegria, Drew, and Eravon. All custom-made shoes, sandals, and orthotics are also on sale. If you're looking for shoes for comfort, walking, or dress, there's only one store that can help. Best Made Shoes in Bloomfield. We have the sizes, width, and experience to find the solution to your heel pain and much more. Stop in during Best Made Shoes 41st anniversary sale for big savings. Up to 20% off. Hurry, the sale ends January 20th. Visit us at 5143 Liberty Avenue, Bloomfield. Go to bestmadeshoes.com or call us at 412-621-9363. That's 412-621-9363.
Oakmont Bakery. Oakmont Bakery bakers and decorators are busy preparing king cakes and punchki in celebration of 12th night. Oakmont Bakery has been creating pastries and desserts for Mardi Gras celebrations for many years. Whichever traditions you choose to adopt, all the great tables, tasted Mardi Gras desserts, rice, bread, or challenge vehicles will cross the river, the bridge, and any highway to get to this award-winning bakery. Oakmont Bakery. Special Polish pastries overstuffed with whole fruit fillings, rich creams, and mouth-watering jellies, all coated with glaze or rolled in sugar. The King Cake is a decadent, rich, and traditional coffee cake available in cinnamon, raspberry, cream cheese, and new this year, Creole praline. Each cake is decorated in grand Mardi Gras style, a presentation fit for a king. Check it out online at oakmontbakery.com, and remember, at Oakmont Bakery, we create the
Richard Bazzi. I invite you to get Schultzified at schultzford.com.
Marty Griffin. All right, we're talking about two school districts in our region that once thrived and the mill shut down and those populations suffered. They're suffering from a crisis that they really have no way of fixing. Economic decline, population decline. And as a result, these districts are getting hammered financially. And as the Auditor General's report indicates, they're doing a lot to try and stem the tide, but the leak is too big, and it puts them in a very precarious situation. And we started this hour by suggesting this. Auditor General DePasquale, there is really no fairness to this. These children should have the same right to the great education that my kids get in Mount Lebanon, should they not, sir?
Absolutely. The Pennsylvania Constitution basically says this is supposed to be guaranteed, and it's not guaranteed. And look, Aliquippa and Still Rocks are just two examples. They're not the only ones. And I'm going to give you, like, when I went to Central and we played in the state title, Aliquippa was almost the same size as our high school, because I remember that Keith Gilbert was playing for Aliquippa, and they were playing in the AAA title game. I think they're barely like a double A. They may even be a single A school now.
And how is this fixed, sir?
Well, I mean, look, I do think it has to start at the K-3 level from the education side of it. We've got to do a better job of getting kids, especially ones that have economic disadvantage, reading earlier, math skills earlier. I think that's where it has to start academically. From a funding standpoint, look, the state's just going to have to find, when districts can't raise property taxes anymore, nor should they, because it becomes a self-defeating purpose, the state's going to have to come in and supply the extra funding. And we know there's some numbers now. I mean, this is actual data. I know some people don't like facts, but the facts are that you need to spend about $13,000 to $14,000 per child per year to at least assure that child is somewhere where they need to be. Now, look, not every kid's going to work as hard. We get that. You can't you can't fix all of that, but you need to spend about $13,000 to $14,000 per child per year to ensure a level of equality, and that's not happening right now in Pennsylvania.
And we scratch our heads and wonder why certain kids fail. They always fail. They never perform. They're bad kids. They have bad teachers. It's a lie. The truth of the matter is, they come to the race with one shoe, and you can't run a race with one shoe on. And in Texas, go ahead, sir.
If we lined every kid up at the goal line and told them to run 100 yards, they all wouldn't finish at the same time. I don't know why we expect the same thing when it comes to academics. Every kid's different, and every kid learns differently, and that's just a reality. We know this now more than we would have known when we were younger, and certainly when our parents were going to school. We know this now. But on the same token, when it comes to this equality issue, people sometimes need to, I hate to say it, wake up and realize not everyone is as fortunate as us.
Right on.
Not everyone's coming from, a home where they're having, sometimes this even comes down to these kids don't have meals until they get to school.
Well, first of all, you point out something significant. In both Aliquippa and Still Rocks, they're trying, but the hole's just too big, and they need help. Do you mind, sir?
Kids are going to school hungry.
Right.
That's not the school district's fault. I mean, that's a concentration of poverty that's happening. And I'm not saying it's anybody's particular fault.
No.
All of us have some part to play in the solution, though.
All right, let's transition here, because something just came down that I find fascinating. This Westmoreland Authority, this water authority, they pretty much spanked you because all you want to do is make sure they're spending their money properly, because they keep raising rates, and all you want to do is conduct audits. And they say Mr. DePasquale's advocacy for a redundant performance audit based on rate increases strikes the wrong tone at this sensitive juncture. It sounds to me, sir, as if they've got something to hide.
Marty, I was at Lena's restaurant in Altoona last night. Great restaurant. If you're in Altoona, really great Italian food.
Lena's.
I'm having a mushroom marinara pasta meal last night, and I'm trying to enjoy myself.
Right.
And I get the Google News alert that the Westmoreland County Water Authority says I don't need to do an audit even though they're raising rates.
Right.
And I sit there and go, I'm not going to let them ruin my meal because it's a good meal, but on the same token, why are they aggravating me when I'm trying to mind my own business?
Right.
The idea that they're raising rates and then have to go to say, by the way, nobody should audit us, that almost is saying to me they need to have an audit.
Absolutely.
We talked about this on the show before. they didn't need an audit. You know what they were called? The Pittsburgh Water and Sewer Authority. And we saw what happened when I audited them and all the changes that need to be made there. I don't know if the same thing is existing in West Lawn, but whenever somebody says, and I'm particularly aggravated that I was trying to enjoy my marinara and mushroom pasta at Lena's in Altoona, and I get the Google News alert saying that they are basically making the statement they shouldn't be audited. That means to me they should be audited.
Yeah, an audit will have a chilling effect on infrastructure investments and could have a negative effect on the public water systems. They're blaming you for daily livelihood, public health, environment, and economy of the state's residents. To me, that says we're paranoid. To me, that says stay away from us, sir. And for you personally, because I know your instincts and intuition, that tells me sign them up, line them up, and audit them. If they got nothing to hide, then it will show that. If they're running a good system, it will show that. If they need fixes, it will show that as well, sir.
Your listeners should know Senator Stefano and Senator Ward, Westmoreland and Fayette County, respectively, both have sponsored legislation to give me the authority to audit them. And so, hey, call your legislator, tell them to pass that bill, and I will be in there right away.
Lena's, Aliquippa, no, Altoona.
Lena's, Aliquippa, the marinara and mushroom sauce. Trust me, just trust me.
Mr. Di Pasquale, it's always a pleasure to talk to you, sir.
You got it, Marty. Have a great day.
All right, man. That guy is an A-suit.
AAA traffic on the 5, Tower 5000 Nissan, where business is booming. Still looking at heavy traffic from Greentree to the Fort Pitt tunnels on that Parkway West inbound and the Parkway East. As you run the bend to Forest Hills, that's where traffic is a little slow for you. We do have some areas of some road work they're setting up right now on the southbound side of 79 as you make your way down toward the Neville Island Bridge. We do have forced of a right lane restriction as you make your way through there. It looks like they're setting that up right now. And then for folks that are traveling southbound on 79, on the ramp to the outbound side of the Parkway West, crews working there as well, and you're using the right shoulder of the roadway to get around that. Our next AAA traffic on the 5 is at 9:35. From the Presbyterian Senior Care Network Traffic Center, I'm Kathy Bergman on KDKA.
Internet providers promise small businesses a lot. Let's hear who really delivers more. Comcast Business offers fast gig speeds across our network. Verizon does. We offer more complete reliability with up to 8 hours of 4G wireless network backup to keep your business connected. Verizon, not so much. We offer 35 voice features that businesses care about and solutions that grow with your business so you never miss a call. Verizon, no way. Clearly, Comcast Business gives you more. Call 1-800-501-6000 to get internet on our reliable gig speed network. Plus, you can have voice and TV for $34.90 more per month. Offers when you're 18 meters is one available on areas with one voice and TV. Every termination fee applies. Whereas Comcast Business Internet, additional multi-charge from tax and fees when you broadcast TV extra subject to change configuration for restrictions following the areas one exception for offering internet comparison Comcast Business Internet regulated.
The Sadowski Hucko Group at Heffron Tillotson invites you to one of their upcoming welcome workshops designed to provide an introduction to their financial planning and wealth management services and a look behind the scenes at who they are and what they do. Hosted by Darren Hucko, certified financial planner, retirement income certified professional, and vice president with Heffron Tillotson. For more information on these welcome workshops, visit heffron.com/seminars or call 412-633-1525. That's 412-633-1525. Member SIPC.
Last winter was a reprieve from shoveling snow and freezing temperatures. Priority is over. Bringing 2018 Farmers Almanac. This is Guy Herman, inviting you to stop by 634 Smith Place, where Carl Herman Furs has been keeping Pittsburgh especially warm for over a century. Freezing temperatures on the way? Fear not. You're in a Carl Herman Fur. Visit us at carlhermanfurs.com.
Everyone is talking about healthcare these days. America spends twice that of other developed countries on our healthcare system, yet our health ranks near the bottom. How can we stop spending so much and getting so little? By shifting to a system that gives more patients access to strong primary care. Primary care can help make America healthy again. To learn more about the benefits of primary care, visit www.healthisprimary.org. This message is brought to you by America's Family Physicians.
Your car has some impressive technology. Direct fuel injection, GPS navigation, even seat warmers. And at Rain-X, we think your wiper blades should too. While traditional wiper blades can cause streaking from uneven pressure points, Rain-X's contoured blades hug your windshield, maintaining an even pressure distribution from end to end and providing a clean, smooth wipe.
finish the race at the same pace, but who cares? At least we can say, yeah, we gave Johnny the same shot at the title. But right now we don't. It just ain't right that kids in Aliquippa and Stowe Rocks don't have the same resources that your kids and my kids have. And their teachers don't. And their administrators don't. That's complete BS.
Allegheny Health Network Studios. This is the voice of Pittsburgh News on KDKA. From the KDKA News Center, I'm Paul Rasmussen. A big storm is in this week's forecast, and a winter storm watch is now in effect from Friday afternoon through Saturday afternoon. Temperatures will drop tomorrow, changing rain into freezing rain, then sleet and snow. How it develops depends on the storm's track. Here's what National Weather Service meteorologist Fred McMullen told the KDKA Morning News.
You know, the low pressure system track 50 miles to the northwest. See a big difference in the forecast where we would pretty much be mostly rain, just a little bit of ice and a little bit of snow. The low track's a little bit further southeast towards the Atlantic coast, then we could see more snow and less ice.
McMullen thinks 4 to 6 or 5 to 8 inches of snow could fall, depending on location. Assessing the lives and homes destroyed in Southern California's mudslides, CBS's Steve Butterman reports the death toll is up to 17 and the search is intensifying for 17 people still missing.
This is a very slow and delicate process, going through damaged homes and newly formed muddy lakes of debris, walking and digging through the thick debris, sometimes simply using a long stick, poking the stick into the muck, seeing if a body might be there. The search and rescue crews are working with specially trained dogs.
Harris police are searching for at least 2 thieves after jewels worth more than $5 million were stolen from the Ritz Hotel. Video shows men with axes entering an unmarked side door in a quick and coordinated operation. 3 people were arrested right after the heist, but police say at least 2 others escaped after last night's robbery. It's 9:31 now. KDKA traffic on the 5s at 9:35. Next news at 10. I'm Paul Rasmussen on the Voice of Pittsburgh. News Radio 1020 KDKA.
Can you imagine if car companies only made one-size-fits-all vehicles?
Sorry, kids, there's only enough room for 2 of you. Someone has to miss vacation.
Or designers only made one-size-fits-all clothes?
Mommy,
So why do utilities keep pushing one-size-fits-all energy plans?
that's a good question.
With NRG, you can pick the energy supply plan that fits your needs, whether you want rewards, renewables, or different pricing options. To choose the plan that's right for you, visit picknrg.com or call 855-PICK-NRG.
This is Stephen Barry Ehrenrich from Petite. Traditions are passed down from generation to generation. And at Petite Kitchen and Bath Design Center, we have a tradition of making customers' dreams come true. Over the years, 3 generations of our family have worked with countless customers who have listened to their ideas and then developed designs for their kitchens and baths. And speaking of traditions, we've also had the unique privilege of creating generations of satisfied customers the Petite way. They've seen that upgrading a kitchen or bath adds value to a home and makes it more desirable. And we can do the same for your home with the best designers and installers in the business. Come visit our newly remodeled showroom. The response has been overwhelming. Petite Kitchen and Bath is on Route 50, just off the Carnegie exit, or call 412-279-2222. That's 412-279-2222. Haven't you waited long enough? PA 625.
Toten's Diner in Wexford, home of the 58-ounce prime rib. Hello, I'm Jimmy Toten. Stop by for dinner and try some of our homemade favorites. Stuffed pork chops, crab cakes, and a Pittsburgh platter. We know you're always busy and want to serve your family's home-cooked food. Let Toten's Diner help. Eat-in, takeout, and delivery. Gift cards available. Open 7 days a week. Toten's Diner. Home cooking, Pittsburgh style.
Organized labor. You hear about it, read about it, but what does it really mean? Higher wages, better benefits, more effective labor protection, such as safety in the workplace, health and overtime regulations. Unions also improve pay standards and practices of non-union workers in occupations and industries where there is a strong union presence. We encourage you to learn more about the positive role unions will have on your future. Brought to you by the International Union of Operating Engineers, Local 66.
Take advantage of this week's thaw to get to Pet Boys before the harsh cold returns next week. New tires, batteries, fluids, wiper blades, Pet Boys has them all and will install for free
east at Edge of Swissvale. AAA traffic on the 5s is brought to you by Pep Boys. Our next report at 9:45 from the Presbyterian Senior Care Network Traffic Center. I'm Kathy Berger on KDKA.
Now, here's the up-to-the-minute AccuWeather forecast brought to you by DrFactor.com. Dr. Michael Factor, DC, your natural weight loss and diabetes solution.
Cloudy and very mild this afternoon with a shower in spots and a high of 58. It'll be overcast and very mild tonight. Rain much of the time, along with areas of fog, low 51. Morning rain and fog tomorrow, then turning colder in the afternoon with a little leftover rain or drizzle. Temperatures end up in the upper 30s. For AccuWeather, I'm Heather There on News Radio 1020 KDKA.
This is Mike Goodzeck. This afternoon, secrets of the Secret Service with a former Secret Service agent, Gary Byrne, 2:05 this afternoon on KDKA.
Fascinating information just released here about 20 minutes ago by Auditor General Eugene D. Pasquale that kind of drills down on my concerns about education, not only in our region, but in America. The rich get richer and the poor stay poor, and as a result, the great divide gets greater. We talk about inadequacies in America. We talk about poverty in America. We talk about urban areas in America that